Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. This is an extreme organization, pantry restock and refill with small spaces organizing. I am tackling my pantry. We have a huge process that I had to go through, which as you see, it was a disaster. This right here is actually trash. Food that I had to put in the trash. I will explain here in a moment, but we're tackling a lot, deep cleaning and organizing the freezer and some living room organization. So here I'm sharing the pantry because a few weeks back I shared here on my channel on a video that I was dealing with some stuff at home. It was really overwhelming and really stressful. So the thing what happened was that we had mice in the house, and it's like so disgusting and even like embarrassing to share, you guys. Very embarrassing. But I know we're not dirty people. It's not because of that. We actually live in farmland here in Northern California. It's like farms everywhere. So they just started moving like the dirt around. I don't know what that's called, and spreading all sorts of stuff that makes it smell really bad. But there's been an issue here on base. We are a military family, in case you're new, and we do live on base housing. So we did have this issue, and this is the second time I had cleaned every single thing in our pantry because they were in there. I don't know how else to like say it. It's really gross to me, and my husband and I could not sleep for like nights. Like, it was horrible, and like we didn't have traps the first night. It was just horrible, you guys. But like between wiping every single item in our pantry down and then throwing away things because they did get into some things, it was just it was very stressful to clean off everything, get everything out of the pantry, and as I shared, the trash bags, I did have to throw away food. So what you're watching right now is actually so this part right here was from I don't even remember. I think it was the first or second day that I had to like throw away a bunch of food. And on the first day I actually didn't. Okay, so this is the second day. This is the second day that it had happened. It was just like too much. This went on for like 3 or 4 days, you guys. It was horrible. I had to keep throwing things away because they kept getting into things. And then you'll see the progression of this video and you'll see what I mean. We just could not. It was so hard to eat at home because we want to make sure everything was wiped down and clean because they can carry stuff and it's just really disgusting, like diseases and stuff. So yeah, and like it's just really gross. I don't know how else to explain it. It's just really gross. But yeah, this is the second night of me going through all of our food, wiping every single item down. Like I wiped down everything just because we didn't know, like, and this is my condiment thing. It got into that. It's just disgusting. So we had to throw away all of that. It was quite a bit of a disaster. This is the next day. As you see, we had gotten some traps by now. I went to Lowe's like multiple times to pick up traps, pick up different traps, and then on this day, we had just had enough. I just got a bunch of containers and put all of our food in here from Walmart. Yes, it is excessive. We went over the top on this, but we just could not deal with it anymore. I felt so bad for throwing away so much food that it had got into, even though I couldn't control that. But yeah, so between the farmland out here and then wasting and having to throw away all the food and like the energy it took to wipe down every single item, and not only that, just like the stress of like catching them, it ended up being 3 of them that we caught. And yeah, it was just a lot. You'll see the traps still in there because we're still pretty paranoid, but you'll see the progression of this video. I'm like, so now I'm putting things into like bigger bins just because we don't want it to get into anything. We were so tired of throwing food away. I was so tired of throwing food away. And yeah, so at this point I had started putting almost everything into bins. It was really stressful, you guys. And I hope it's not gross. Like, it's like embarrassing, but it's just like what happened. And I told you guys I would tell you what happened, and that's unfortunately what occurred. Josh did his best to seal up like any entry points that could possibly be a cause. So we finally had someone from base housing. They had a contract with a pest control, so they came out and looked at everything, and they couldn't find like another entry point because Josh had covered pretty much all of it. So we haven't had any more issues, thankfully. Thank the freaking Lord. I could not take it anymore. So yeah, it is just beyond stressful, and I'm just so grateful that we're past that. But you'll see the progression of the pantry. I will start like taking things out of some bins, but I did keep some of the bins, you know, with the items in them. So I love looking for new cleaning channels. So I wanted to share a couple with you guys today. And I'm sharing Mandy and Rosa. They are an awesome duo. They're like two peas in a pod. But Mandy has her channel, Mandy Flores Realistic Cleaning Motivation. And then Rosa, her channel name, it's Cleaning with Rosa. And they both have realistic cleaning motivation channels and really encouraging, funny ladies. I will make sure to leave them linked down below in the description. And when you head over to their channel, let them know that I sent you over. I think you guys will enjoy them and enjoy their channels. Their personalities are really, really fun. So I think you'll really enjoy them and watching them. So I know I've been talking quite a bit on today's video because I had a lot of explaining to do, but in last week's video I shared the boys' shared bedroom with all IKEA furniture. It's a very small space and they share a bedroom, but the makeover and the response I've gotten from the comments, you guys are seriously the best and so sweet. I really do appreciate it. If you haven't watched it yet, I'll make sure to leave it linked right here in an iCard and then down below in the description. I always try to leave the videos I talk about in a pinned comment as well. So definitely check it out. Here I'm sharing where we're at. I had put everything into larger bins and wowza, right? It's a lot of bins. I mean, I couldn't believe I went this far, but it was the only way we could like move forward. Alright, and it's time to put away all the leftover decor and put some of the fall decor. I gotta go grab some from the front over there, and then I will kind of group the Halloween and fall decor together. So I had a lot of stuff on the desk. It was a lot going on here. So it was time to organize and put away. Like I said, a lot of organization happening in today's video. The pantry, like I said, it was like a restock and refill of a lot of things. There's actually another restock of the pantry here going on in a little bit, which I will be sharing. And then also I do have a living room organization. This video was really, you know, catered to organizing and getting all of the organization done to like be able to function. like the desk. It was just a hot mess. It needed to be organized and everything put away in their proper bins. So this is actually on a new day. There's multiple days in today's video. So much like happened here on this stage. I was like, okay, I think we can remove things out of the larger bins and kind of like move on. Cause I mean, I could just leave it in the large bins, but I forgot we had mac and cheese. I forgot we had these pouches, the baby pouches. Like I forgot we had cake boxes. Like I couldn't really see a lot of the things. So Josh, my husband, he was like not really ready for that, but I'm like, we can't live in bins forever, you know? So I did keep a lot of things in the containers that I got from Walmart, and I kept those, but here I'm just like restocking some of the items because I had gone to Costco. If you want to see my Costco haul, I did a shorts video, so it's like a minute long. But I also posted it on Instagram, and it's like a huge Costco haul. It was like $700 worth of stuff. So yeah, it was a huge Costco haul. Definitely check it out if you haven't seen it yet so you can see what I got. But I'm just restocking our pantry and refilling it. So like I said, just starting to remove things from all of the super closed bins, and yeah, it was a lot. It was a lot of money spent on like bins from Walmart, but I am going to keep most of them, just not all of them.
Have this feeling, haven't felt for so long, took a hold on me and won't let go. I've been sleeping, caught me off my guard, cause you're in my space and now I'm so pull me towards you and I cannot fight it. My head's underwater, I try to disguise it. Want you to hold me, though we haven't spoken. I need that something to get me to open. You are only a shot away from me to be my everything, cause you are only a shot away from me to be my everything. You are only a shot away from me to be my everything, cause you are only a shot away from me to be my everything. Shot away.
We buy a lot of our meat from Costco, and this is kind of what I do to prep it, and this is the start of the freezer organization and like a deep clean. It wasn't too bad as far as being dirty, but it needed a really good like organization session in here. But first I wanted to get all of the bulk meat prepped and prepared for the freezer. That way, you know, it's easy for me to take out. But do you guys buy meat from Costco if you have a membership or Sam's? But let me know down below in the comments. I wish I could go into the grocery store and like look for deals and like stock up on deals, you know, but my reality right now is that with 2 little babies, it's so hard for me to go. Like, I could, I could do it. I choose not to. I hope that makes sense. Like, I don't know. If I don't have to, I won't, I guess. But and our grocery store is about 25 minutes away. All of our grocery stores, so it's a drive. So I have to make every drive into town very worth it. And so like that's why I also like keep a lot of things on hand too, because I don't have time to just go to the grocery store for 1 or 2 things. You know, like I have to really super prepare, and I can't just go in and buy a can of beans or whatever it is I need. I have to like prepare ahead of time, and I keep a lot of things on repeat. But anywho, I wish I could get deals from the grocery store, you know how they mark them down and stuff. That's what I typically used to do back in the day before these 2 little babies, but now I just don't get to. So the next best option is getting, you know, bulk meat from Costco. And I don't know if you guys get the Costco chicken. You have to make sure you cut up, you know, so the individual packets. And I find this so easy. Like when I'm meal prepping, I can just take one out and not even have to touch it. Chicken, ugh, I don't like dealing with chicken.
All alone, I feel like you need your space. Prisoner in your own home that ain't great. But I know that you and me are safe. We'll finally get away. All alone, I feel like you need your space. Prisoner in your own home that ain't great. But I know that you and me are safe. We'll finally get away.
For the freezer door, I like to put items in here that like have a little bit left and that need to be used up. That way I can look there first and then have the rest of the freezer part to be for like the bigger items. But that's how I like to organize it. If you guys organize a different way, let me know down below in the comments. I'm all ears and open to new organization ideas. I almost can't believe that all of this fit in that tiny little freezer part. It's like, what? All this fit in there? When I was trying to go through everything, I was like, how am I going to fit this back in there? I love these bins very, very much, and I think they come in handy, very handy when I'm trying to organize the freezer. So Josh and I have been really trying to just eat better, but in order to eat better, you have to have like healthier, not healthier, but like meats on stock, and like that way you can just pull things out of the freezer and kind of have a game plan. So my game plan going into the freezer part of this was getting it organized so I can pull things really easily when I need to, and just making our lives easier when I'm like meal prepping and cooking and all that. So as you see, like it made a huge difference to go in there. So if you're ever feeling like overwhelmed and you're like, okay, this is just not working, it's time for you to go in there and like declutter or organize whatever area is bugging you. I always say that if it's on your mind, it's time to tackle it. So definitely was on my mind and needed a smoother process so I can, meal prep easier. So the rest of these items were going to our second fridge out in the storage. And so this will be like on backup once the time came for that. And here is the pantry. So much better stocked, and not everything in like huge bins. So they're just in smaller bins. And you guys will have to let me know in the comments what you think about it. The bins take up a lot more space in my opinion. Like I don't want to, but I don't know. I think it'll work out. I'm trying not to have like too much food in here because then it gets overfilled really quickly, especially it being a small pantry. And I just have Lovevery. We got a couple boxes, one box for Abby and one box for Carter. Abby is 2 years old and Carter is 10 months. So they got 2 Lovevery boxes, and these are just catered to what age they are, and they're just really fun toys that are catered to them pretty much. If you're interested, I will leave it linked down below and you can check it out for yourself. But it's like it's a developmental subscription it goes with their age. So it's really, really nice, and it's so gracious for them sending us these because Abby and Carter play with them all the time. And I know I have mentioned this before, but the 2 older boys, so if you're new, we have 4 kids. We have a 10-year-old boy, 8-year-old boy, Abby, that's 2, and then Carter, that's 10 months. Well, the 2 older boys, one of their chores is to clean up the living room every single night before they go to bed, like in the evening, once the babies have gone to sleep. So they do really well, and I'm like happy with it. But every once in a while, I need to come in here and give it a good organization, make sure everything is in its proper spots. And so I have a bin for both babies, one for each. And so I'm going through each of the bins. I have like some clothes and socks and diapers, and that way it's easily accessible to me. Like if I need to change them and change your clothes, like it's all right there. So this bin right here is Abigail's, and then the next bin I am going through is Carter's bin. And like I said, it just has diapers, clothes, some socks, and wipes. But get things just get thrown in there when the boys are, you know, putting things away. So it definitely needs some organizing and just putting things back in place, as you can see. And yeah, I just really like to come in here every once in a while and give this area a little good organization session.
Felt I'm done with the defense. Drove back and climbed over your fence. Had to show you that I was a mess. So you were shrugging your shoulders and closed off. That's what I told you. Soon enough, everything started to change. 'Cause there's no going back. No going back, there's no going back to your old life. Not living in the past, we're over that. I'm feeling it tonight, riding on the dizzying heights. Riding on the dizzying heights.
I'm already towards the end of this video, but if you're still here, let me know how you're doing. Tell me something that you guys are doing in October. Like, do you guys have any or have done like fall festivals or pumpkin patch, or are you going to like a trunk or treat? Are you handing out candy this year for Halloween? Let me know down below in the comments. We actually have not done anything quite yet. We plan to go to a pumpkin patch. We really want to, and take the kids, and then we'll celebrate, or not celebrate, but participate in Halloween. And our base, definitely, they do lots of fun things. So that's really fun. We'll be doing like a trunk or treat and a zombie run, so the kids will be able to run. And yeah, so well, we've got that going on. That's about it. Not much over here. And yeah, now just organizing all of the little toy items. No. So while this area is organized, this not so much. But they're having fun playing. So it's all good. So this was actually a bit later and the kids were kind of like over playing. So I took it as a chance to come in here and just like organize all of their stuff and put things back into place. I love to do a living room reset in the middle of the day. It's like the best because they take everything out and play with it, but by the middle of the day it's just like a hot mess everywhere. On this day I had already picked up once. So there wasn't that much because I knew I was going to take out these Lovevery boxes. So yeah, I love to do a living room midday reset because by the end of the day, they'll have more toys out, but the kids will pick up those items. But you know, having two little babies, they're going to be playing constantly. And then it was time for Carter to go down for a nap. So it was perfect time to tidy up the living room. And then here shortly, I have a like little fall dessert. It's so good. It's pretty sweet. I will have to warn you. But it's all over TikTok. I found it on Instagram, but it's all over TikTok as well. If you guys are interested, I do have my Instagram where I post quite a bit, like short cleaning videos. And so they're really motivating. They like get to the point. And yeah, I share that on TikTok as well. But here I'm going to share the recipe. It's really, really simple. You're going to need some cinnamon rolls and you're going to cut those up into bite-sized pieces. And then you're going to need some apple filling. Like that's it, a can of apple filling. And you pretty much mix this together and you're going to put it in the oven for 375. I don't know. I think it was like 10 or 15 minutes. I mean, you can just eyeball it or just look it up. It's all over. I'm sure I can find a recipe too and put it down below in the description, like a link to it. But this was really good. It was really sweet, like I said. And make sure to put the icing too. I almost forgot that. I was like, oh my gosh, I have the icing to put on top. And we paired it with some ice cream. So quite the sweet tooth. If you have a sweet tooth, this will definitely satisfy that craving. But you guys, that wraps up today's video. I talked so much. I hope y'all enjoyed and either got some motivation to organize or just hang out with me. This extreme organization, this huge small pantry restock and refill of my small home and organizing and yeah, pretty much organization like no other. And for the emoji today, leave me any food emoji down below in the comments so I can thank you so much for watching and being here with me today. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe for future videos. I love sharing cleaning and organizing motivation here on my channel. And make sure to check out Mandy and Rosa. I will make sure to leave everything here on the screen, and I have more videos if you're interested. But thank you so much for being here. I love you guys. I will see y'all on the next one. Bye.